Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingvelt Sprints, Mosa SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, SimJack Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Rickmo's high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esportsman, Rickmotech has you covered. Hundreds of name-brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, rickmotech.com.
Does your feet hurt after a session of sim racing? Are you tired of the distraction from sore heels? If so, D-Nut Stuff has the solution for you. Our heel pads add support and comfort for your feet, so those long races are no longer painful. We can make a heel pad for pretty much any pedal set and even add your custom logo. So get one today. You won't regret it.
Good morning, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Simpit. This is the Pitstop. I'm Sean Cole. That is my bro, my buddy, Ameer Assad. And we are here wishing you a happy Friday. The kickoff to the weekend in the sim racing world begins on Friday, or it does for me. That's what I've been pushing for years. And we are here to hang out, talk about what's going on in sim racing, drink some coffee because it's AM for me, drink whatever. It's Friday night. Maybe you're tossing one back. I don't know. But it's all about talking sim racing, hanging out with our good like-minded friends, and just getting ready to do some racing for the weekend. How are you, Ameer?
I'm great, man. Again, dude, it's Friday, like you said it. To me, my Friday evening's already started. So after this, I might, down one or two, maybe three, So we'll see. And enjoy the weekend. Get into some sim racing too this weekend. Yeah, actually, I don't think I sent it to you. I need to send it to you too. We got to start preparing for a special event at the end of the month. Let me try to find that graphic. Well, I find it, but yeah. Other than that, dude, I'm super excited. Yeah, it's the weekend. Everything's great. Everything's fantastic and amazing. Yeah.
See, I think it would
nothing
be
to complain about.
I think it would be nice to have you. I'm having my coffee. It's AM Friday morning for me, right?
Right.
And that you would have your Friday evening, frosted mug beer, perhaps. I don't know. What's your?
Not yet. I mean, it's still a little early. I still got to have dinner, so I'm just settling for my normal drink.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So hey, how about let's say some hellos? Who is with us?
Yep.
On this glow, I'm in a great mood today. I just woke up in a really good. I woke up at 4 this morning, and on like 3 hours and 45 minutes sleep, maybe. And I was just like, wow, I am firing on all 8 cylinders, and I'm in a great mood. So, good morning, Tom. How are you, buddy? Tom? Did you? Oh, wait, what's that? I can't.
Well, that's what you can continue, but that's what I was talking about. Our special event that we're gonna do.
No, the subscription. Someone just subscribed.
Oh yeah, I changed it.
But
yeah.
I couldn't. I didn't see. I couldn't read it.
RC Quanjin. Hello, thank you for subscribing, buddy.
Thank you very much. Edgar's here. Good morning, Edgar. How are you doing, buddy? Ian Marshall. Good morning to you. A little quiet out there this morning. Tim, Spatial Dragon, Callum, Sam Hinchy's here. Good morning. And Creative Only from Romania. Good morning, everybody. Happy Festivus, indeed, Tom.
Yeah.
Wait, today is the beginning of the Olympics, huh?
Is it?
Yeah,
it is. That's right.
Tonight, well, I think they delay everything for us here in the U.S. Tonight they'll air the opening ceremonies, which are probably happening right now. I don't know timing, but we do have the Olympics going on.
Yeah.
I'll have that in my background.
So what do you prefer? I got a couple of questions for you. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the Summer Olympics or the Winter Olympics? Oof. And what is your favorite sport to watch during the Olympics?
Oh God, no one's gonna like any of my answers. I really I go back and forth on which I prefer.
Okay.
In general, I think I like the Winter Olympics better, but I think the Summer Olympics actually has more going on and more entertainment. Like it's a bigger Olympics in general.
Right.
So I mean, it's and I'm a huge track and field guy. I used to run track when I was in high school. So I still hey, we got another super chat, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom, I'm getting notification pop-ups happening. This is like a new age here. I'm still.
It is.
I'm still trying to get other things here. But we still do this. We still do this around
here.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Favorite sport is so hard. I've already been watching a lot of the hockey. I've been watching a lot of the women's hockey because they were on all day. Yeah, skeleton bobsled. All of that is oh my God, I love it. I love all the skiing events. But here's a secret. I love curling. I am obsessed with curling, and it's
all right.
Yeah. So as far as the winter, I'm really looking forward to it because I pretty much enjoy. You know what else I really dig? I really love the biathlon, the winter biathlon, the ski and shoot.
Yeah.
I just think that's like one of the coolest, like just most raw, badass. Like if I had grown up in an environment, that would have been my thing. Would have been
Right.
cross country skiing with the taking that time to slow it all down and control yourself in the middle of a race to be able to shoot a gun, on
Right.
mark. Yeah, that to me is just it's just pure. I love it. So yeah, I just all of it, and then comes summer, So as I sit here telling you all of the winter I love, well, summer I love all of the track and field. You know what I don't like in summer?
What's that?
I don't mind hockey in the winter as much, but I don't really like all the team sports being in the Olympics. Like they just keep, basketball, even baseball.
Hmm.
It's like, those things just have their own professional ranks. I don't know that they need, Olympics is more like, I remember when I was a kid, if
Hmm.
you were a pro, you couldn't be in the Olympics. That was the
Right.
rule. Didn't even in hockey. It didn't matter. You couldn't if you were pro, if you were making a living as an athlete, you couldn't be in the Olympics. So it was almost an
Hmm.
amateur, best of the amateur world to an extent. And then obviously that changed over time, and I think it makes sense. But I just, it's like when you have all these athletes. There was an SNL skit, about how someone like their sport wasn't even covered because they had to show the ice skating practices. So
Hmm.
they're showing Nancy Kerrigan's practice events, but they weren't
Right.
showing one of the bobsled events or something, right? Or
Yeah.
and so well, when you let all of like the NBA into the basketball, and it's like you have these guys who make tens of millions of dollars a year, taking
Right.
up the limelight of people who are just paying to play essentially in most sports. I mean,
Hmm.
the guys who run. Well, I'm sure it's big in Europe, but if you're like an American biathlete, I guarantee you have a day job. you know.
Yeah. I
So
mean, most of the Olympic people do. I mean, except if you're a team sport, like if you're playing a professional sport and you come into the Olympics, yeah. I mean, you've got your sport job, but everybody else usually has like a normal job that they do.
yeah,
Yeah. Now, for me, I'm like you. I prefer. I don't like the Summer Olympics. I'll watch it, but I'm not that big of a fan. I prefer the Winter Olympics because for me, like a lot of the sports tend to be a bit more exciting. Like when you're talking about like the biathlon, the hockey, the ski jumps, the snowboarding events. Like to me, those are way more exciting. But like for me, I am addicted to and you kind of already took it away from me, but like for me, I like curling, but I prefer the women's curling. I
yes,
will watch that religiously ever since and I know some people are probably going to crack jokes, but no, like for some reason, I'm probably I can't get into it here, but I prefer women's curling 100%, and then right after that is the ski jump. Then we got the freestyle snowboarding events, and then the biathlon. Like I'll watch those events right there. Hockey, I'll try to catch it, but the other ones are my top sports I try to watch in the Winter Olympics.
absolutely. Good morning, Donald. Good morning, Oldest. Good morning,
Yeah,
Alio, and
and
Monica.
Monica.
Good morning to
Yeah,
both of you. Yeah, I am looking forward to the Olympics. It's
yeah,
for me, somebody who works from home. Well, I think everyone has their phone on their like TV
right,
app at work. Like I'm an exception to the rule. But like I literally will have my two computers set up. The left one will
right.
be all work. I'm gonna be editing away and whatnot, and the right one it'll be on mute, but it'll have whatever's going on just for the whole Olympics. Because I just it's such a great thing. And I think again, getting back to like the pros in it, I think it meant a little more the heart and soul of what it was to be an
Yeah,
athlete. Because I think all of us, it's come on, let's face it, every single one of you at some point, whether when you were 8 or 12 or 4, played
right.
soccer, played baseball, played
Yeah,
volleyball, right? Like we've all been an athlete at some point, and the difference between just playing it for fun and the people who take it super seriously and dedicate their lives to it. And it's it's usually just a personal thing. Like I was in cycling for years. I never made a nickel. Got some free bike equipment, but it was just purely for me. I had a day job, of course, right? And but it's just it's so great for there to be a showcase of people's talent in something that takes just years and years and years of dedication. We all do it to sim racing. If you're watching the show, chances are you're probably in that upper 90 percentile mark of sim racing ability. And it just, you've dedicated so many days and hours and months and years to doing it. It doesn't just happen overnight. So yeah, I don't think too many Eddie the Eagle is the most famous ski jumper, and he was arguably not the best.
Did you watch the movie? Did you watch the movie Eddie the Eagle?
Totally watched the movie.
Okay.
I was so sucked into the Eddie the Eagle story when it was going on. It was like just one of those great moments in Olympic history. The whole world was rooting for him. It was great. I could get all teared up just talking about it. So yeah,
it's kind of like the Rudy version of ski jumping in a way.
Yeah, except for I think this one was actually a real story.
It was, yeah.
It broke my heart to find out the whole movie Rudy was like kind of all just like far off. Yes, there was a guy, Rudy. No, the story didn't play out anything like the movie at all. And
right.
It was a massive disappointment because I like being a short guy, I just, and always liking Sean Austin as well.
Right.
It was like, wait, but I've used that movie as personal inspiration at many twists and turns of my life,
And it failed you.
Tom was a mathlete. Man, I have even more respect and props for mathlete. I mean that
explains a lot.
Yeah, Tom. I mean,
that explains a lot about Tom.
No joke. Beach bikini jiggling or juggling should be in the Olympics. Jiggling. Okay, I'm not sure that's gonna play out. You couldn't get paid to watch either Olympics, Lewis. Why? Lewis, why not? Nerds do rule the world. Behind the doors, the nerds are the ones behind the curtains.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, the nerds own all the tech companies that are out there nowadays, and they're the billion-dollar conglomerates now. They kind of do rule the world.
They do. Hinch, you just ruined the Titans. We are the mighty Titans. Nothing. What?
Yeah.
Oh. Next thing you're going to tell me is that Sandra Bullock one was full of it. It was.
It was. If you read that, if you know the actual story, like.
And didn't he
over half of it was not true?
I think he sued Michael Orr. I think he sued them.
Yeah, but it was kind of because of other things too. It wasn't just because of the movie, but yeah.
Yeah. Ajax, I have the controversy that ski jumpers with big packages are going to win it all. That's what I heard.
But wouldn't that cut back on the aerodynamic efficiency? I don't know.
Well, you got to tuck it just right so that the unit. I mean,
it's like the shark fin on the back of a Formula One car.
Yes,
you got to use it down.
Heading out of the Big Smoke. Is that a nickname for London? Big Smoke?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That sounds negative. That sounds bad.
It is.
Well, if they did a 100-meter sprint on ice, then it could be Winter Olympics. Wait, they do that. It's called speed skating. One of my favorites. Yeah. Oh, we didn't even get to speed skating. Oh my god, I love speed skating.
Yeah.
All right. You like racing? Oh, Lewis. Okay. Lewis explaining himself. Okay. You like racing, boxing, football, baseball, and UFC, but not the Olympics. Well, boxing's in the Olympics, and so is wrestling. I mean, like, that's when we talk when we talk Summer Olympics, wrestling, something else I did in high school, is another one of my favorites to watch. Doesn't get much airtime. That's another one of those things, like, unless you're going to go to the UFC or you're going to go into, like, real into what do we call what's the official word for wrestling nowadays? You know, Hulk Hogan wrestling. I don't even know what
Well,
it's called.
that's sports entertainment now.
Sports entertainment. There.
Sports entertainment.
Yeah,
Because I was
but
about to say, like, are you talking about Kurt Angle, the Olympic
yeah.
gold winner, or Kurt freaking Angle I wrestle with a broken freaking neck? All right.
Starfuck, sadly, I spent over a decade in Lycra. I literally worked in a bike shop. I would ride my bike to work in my Lycra shorts, and then I'd get to work and I would pull on some form of tights that would just go over my shorts, and then I'd work all day. I'd pull the tights off, and then I'd ride home, rain or shine, rode everywhere. I sold both of my cars to upgrade my bikes. And can you smell what I'm cooking? All right. You know, I like John Cena, but that whole hand thing is kind of weird. Like, dude,
You know the story behind that, right?
no.
So him and his brother are pretty close, and I guess it started off as a bet. Like his brother wanted him to do some sort of kind of like how the Rock has the eyebrows. You know, he does like, you smell what the Rock is cooking, and he does the
Yeah.
eyebrow. So his brother challenged him to do something similar to kind of poke fun at it himself. And at one of the house shows, like I think like there was a bet or something. One of the house shows, he did it. He's like, you can't see me. And what's his name? Vince McMahon liked it so much because it got such a good reaction to it. It was like, all right, this is your thing from now on. That's what you're gonna do now.
And you have to do it every time, everywhere. Oh, and it's like, and so he has his acting career, but he also still has that whole sports entertainment career, right? And I'm
No, he retired.
I thought he just recently did something. Was that?
Well, yeah, he
retirement
was. That
back?
was like his whole retirement tour.
I
Yeah.
will bet $1,000 he's not done.
If you see how he walks normally, I'm sure he's done.
Oh yeah, but they'll bring him out when he's like 65, and it'll be like, I'm not even here to wrestle. I'm just here to give out this special trophy, and some foe will come running out of the bleachers and jump on the
He'll do
stage.
an FU, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll do a random FU every now and then.
Okay. Cookie update. This is full disclosure and fairness, and then we need to get on to the news, I think.
Yep.
Well, actually, I could care less if we get onto the news. We are doing what we do. We are hanging out with our like-minded friends, drinking our favorite drink, and enjoying the moment, kicking off the weekend. The cookie update. So I've been a baker. I've been a cooker as well. I'm a cook and a baker. They're different.
Mm-hmm.
Been a baker for quite some time now, and I do specialize in cookies. I've always done hand mixing like your grandma did, right? And I don't know how any grandma on earth had that flabby underarm. Because if you've ever made cookies by hand, you don't need the gym. If you've ever made cookies by hand and you did that like on a regular basis, you do not need a gym. Anyway, I bought a mixer, which was like this big step for me. Like, oh, I'm finally getting into the modern era, and I'm going to use a mixer.
Right.
I didn't know that it completely changes recipes. So if you have like a way, like when I make my cookies, it was a very specific amount of flour. It's not just like, I don't eyeball a cup. I weigh it, right?
Right.
I get the mixer, and my cookies are just like coming out like normal people cookies. I don't do normal. I don't do Toll House. I don't do Tool House. So anyway, I just finished my third batch last week. I have about 4 people I promised cookies to. And my fourth batch was the best batch yet. But just still, like, not my cookies. And I'm not sending them out till they're my cookies. So I think we're getting there. I'm going to make another batch. I have 2 stale cookies on my counter that I got to kill at lunch. And I'll make a new batch on Sunday maybe, and cross my fingers I get it right. So that's the cookie update for anybody thinking about cookies. All right. Well, we've had it on the screen for a while now.
Yeah.
We've got the Simpit Road Racing League, the GT3 League, the Simpit GT3 League. I'm going to get my lingo right.
There you go.
and this is kicking off. Well, here I better move my graphic. You want to tell people about it? I've been
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, the break is almost over, guys, so we're getting back into racing. We took a break for the holidays, we had to take care of some back end stuff, but now we're super happy to announce that, hey, Simpit Racing is back. We're going to start doing our preseason races. We're going to start doing that on the 22nd of February, and then the official league will start on the 22nd of March. So we'll be doing 4 preseason races, and then we'll be doing 10 full official races, and we're going to allow people to have one drop race. So, if you have a really bad race or you can't make it to one of the races, it's not going to count towards anything. We tried it last year. It worked out pretty great. Everybody liked it. So we're going to continue having drop races. But yeah, so we're going to have post-race stewarding. We're going to have, it's going to be open setups. And same like we have prizes for the season winners. So last season we had Sim Racing for You. He was donating a button box to a random winner. This year we're gonna have Sim Racing for You. Again, he's gonna donate a button box to one lucky random winner at the end of the season. And then also Trophy AI is giving us allowing us to pick a random winner too to get 6 months premium for free. So that's going to go out to another lucky winner. So we're going to have 2 draws. As long as you participate in at least 8 races in the season, you'll be eligible to get into the draw to win some of those prizes. So yeah, thanks to them. And then, yeah, if you want to join, everything that you need to know about the league is posted in our Discord. You just got to go to our announcement section. So if you've raced with us before in the last couple seasons, you don't need to reapply. Just show up. But if you are new and you're not in the league, then let me know. You got to provide me your name, your iRacing ID, blah blah blah. It's all announcement section, so just hit me up in a DM and I'll add you to our league. Yeah.
Tom. No, and Vero is not donating a full motion system either. And I like Tom said that Shaun bought a mixer. Do I now run with the driving one
Right.
on as well? And Star Fox, a modern era mixer. Welcome to 1970s baking, Shaun. They've been around a while. Yeah, but I got one of those fancy new digital ones. No, that's not true. That is
Oh,
not true. Awesome. I am looking forward to getting back to racing.
me too. Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing it in super style now.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. Things have changed. Things have changed.
I know. Well, same here for me too.
Yeah. All right. Well, and that takes us to the Simpit videos and what's gone on.
Well, before,
sorry.
I just sent you an image.
You did. I didn't.
I did.
Wait, no. Where?
Oh, it's in the Simpit crew channel. I thought I gave it to you, but I put it in the Simpit crew channel.
Okay. Bear with me, everybody. Sorry. Simpit crew. Oh, there it is. Gotcha.
Yep.
I gotcha. All right. This is what we have coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Dun da da. I don't like this image of me you used.
Which one?
I'm kidding.
Oh, at least you got hair.
yeah. All right. So yes, this is a special event.
That was during your mom sent me that picture during your wrestling days. That's what I used.
That was my wrestling style. This is a big event that we are doing. Ameer and I are going to run as a endurance 2-man team. And this is the Make-A-Wishes Drive for Wishes, which we've been intending to do for the last couple of years, actually.
Yep.
It just sort of, the timing has never worked out. And this year, Ameer really took the lead and said, hey, we really got to do this. So we are. So February 28th. And we're going to be doing, are we doing anything outside of the race for raising funds?
Yeah, so I mean, we'll be posting everything in social media. I just posted the link in our chat here. I'll post everything in Discord and then our social medias. So we're trying to race for a really great cause, Make-A-Wish. If you've never heard of them before, they grant wishes to unfortunate children to help them, have a little bit of sunshine and hope and joy in their life. And they're a highly respectable org, and we're super glad to be joining them for this race. There's going to be a bunch of other teams. I know we've had like Boosted Media's team's been in the past, Daniel Morad's team's been in the past, Daniel Newman's teams. Like there's been a lot of high level sim racers have been out there trying to raise funds for this organization. So yeah, we're super happy to be glad, super happy and glad to be a part of this. Yeah, we'll be racing February 28th. The race will start streaming like around 9:30 in the morning, your Eastern American time, to raise funds. So if you would like to donate, I put the link in the chat right here. I'll have everything in Discord, but we'll also have the link ongoing too during our stream. It's going to be a 6-hour endurance race at Spa. So we're super happy and excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And that's coming up.
Yeah,
fast.
we will be streaming for sure, 100%.
We need to start.
We will be streaming
some laps.
Yeah,
I've turned some laps, but it wasn't like with my, it's just I knew it was an upcoming race. Yeah. So in some B-roll gathering efforts, I was like, right. Oh, well, I'll run the Porsche at Spa, but I didn't have it set up, and I wasn't even going, many laps in a row. So.
Right, and I think and the week before that, I think it's the week before that, Sam Hinchy and his team from the Simpit they'll be doing Bathurst, 12 hours of Bathurst.
Oh, that's brutal. Brutal.
No, Tom. This time it is Shaun and I alone. If Shaun doesn't show up, I'm racing regardless.
6 hours.
I will be there for it.
That's the big joke. Hey Tim.
This is a joke for the year. Yep.
Hey Tim. Yeah, I told you. I already have them. Look. I'm dialed in, bud. All right. Sorry. Little side thing there. All right, Simpit videos. Let's start off with edited content. 2 videos this week, big week, and I have another video that's going to come out. I'm going to say tomorrow, just to be safe. Just
sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You positive?
I'm going to say tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah, it might be today even. Yeah, we'll say tomorrow, which gets me some time. I made my one by like 10 minutes on the last one. I'm like, oh, it'll be out on such and such, and I got out at 11:50 p.m. It was right before the new day. Vero Motion. So we did a unbox and install video on the Vero Motion, which was really cool. Look at these actuators here. I still, every time I come in and I look at my rig, I just look at these actuators and I'm like, look at those actuators. Hurry up, dude. Why is this guy so slow with his unboxing?
Your table jiggles, man. Ooh, it jiggles more than your rig.
Yeah. Well, it's because I don't know. I have to have a portable table. I was looking at
I'm teasing you.
No, I was doing a pedal, like trying to activate a pedal.
Right.
And the table is just like all over the place. So yeah, anyway, excuse me. And then I go to installing them and showing just real quick what it takes. Wasn't that hard. It was harder for me to configure my rig than it was to actually mount the system and even get it up and running for that matter. I was actually a little intimidated when I started. I was like, oh, not about the build. The physical build I was confident in. I was like, oh, SimHub. Because me and SimHub have had some good days and we've had some bad days just being open, Like when I try to do one thing at a time, it's always cooperated. When I try to do multiple things, we've had problems. Anyway, so I was a little afraid going in, but I downloaded, installed, turned it on, and bam, it worked. It was like, oh, okay. But that's not it. So this is that video, and I know I'm kind of dominating the conversation here.
No, you're good.
The reason I'm doing that is because yesterday, actually I did one a week ago, but yesterday I drove my rally. So one of our other videos was this live rally where this is me on... Now, I had tuned the sim, and I'm going to come back to the tuning in a second. I tuned the sim for iRacing. So I basically driven a couple cars in iRacing. I have everything really the way I want it to be for iRacing. And it's a lot more action than I thought I was going to ask for, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I use that same settings for the rally. Oh, here, I'm showing replay moment. Where am I? Where's me? There it is. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of action for rally. But I gotta tell you, so I looked, 250 milliseconds is the speed of these actuators, which is so fast that you almost would need to slow them down at times because they're that fast. And so because of that, there's just no delay or lag, it feels. So when you're, even though you're using an extreme amount of motion, because it's so well timed with what you're doing on the wheel or the pedals, that it just sort of just works. Anyway, I just had a blast because it was a tarmac stage, and so I'm in 4 inches of motion. And it would be these moments where, like, you know, you're on a little bit of a curve and there's like a little bit of a bump and the car kind of does a skip and bite. Oh, those skip and bite moments were so intense and awesome that you just, like, I get a smile on my face every time it would happen. It was just such a delight and enjoyment. So yeah, anyway, that was putting it to use, and I've done 2 rallies live. The first one was just out of the box settings. The second one was dialed in. And so now I'm going to share something with you guys as far as the dialing in. So 2 days ago, I spent about 2 hours with the guys from Vero. And this is something that they do for everybody. They're going to do it for you. They do it for everybody who buys a system. They just sat there and said, all right, well, what's your favorite sim? And I'm like, iRacing. And I'm like, cool. They're like, cool. And so we fired up. I picked a GT3 at Watkins Glen because I'm like, hey, Watkins Glen has some big curbs. It's got some off-camber and on-camber corners. It's got a lot of uphill and downhill transition. It's got some heavy braking zones. I'm like, so this is going to be a good track to, like, really dial it in. And they went through, so it was beautiful because all I had to do was drive. They had they were in my system. They had my profile up, and they were isolating things and being like, okay, not to confuse, like, when this and this is happening. This is heave that is purely from the road. Has nothing to do with suspension. This is just how much bounce do you want. So it was like going down the straightaway and feeling some of those bumps, like how much, and we would adjust the speed, the distance, all of these things for that each individual component, even like road noise texture. And sometimes it was me matching it to what was going on with my steering wheel. So your steering wheel's producing a lot of road noise and other textures, not all of them, but a lot of textures are being given through the steering wheel. Well, I want it to be in sync with and matching the frequency of my steering wheel so that they match and blend together, right? Same thing with my active pedal. It's giving me feedback as well. And it's like all of these things need to be worked together. And so we spent about 2 hours just dialing in each component and then turning on the entire symphony. And at the end, I was like, wow, I probably would have asked for less motion than this, but I know for a fact through testing each thing on its own, this is how I selected it to be. So I'm rocking that setup for a little while, and then I still might tone it down because it's a lot. You saw it in the rally footage. It is a lot of motion. But it's like, wow, but again, I had an option to turn everything up and down, and this is what I selected. So I'm gonna go with it. Anyway, I'm just having so much fun with that thing. How can you not?
Awesome, man.
How about you?
Right? Yeah, I mean, I still haven't had a chance to sit down with them yet and tune it. I have one of their tunes that they used at the expo, and so far it's great for me. I've had to change some things here and there, but so far it's been great. So what I want to do, and I think I'll probably do this in a future video because I know we got to work on the review for it. But I still have I've got the Vero Motion on my Never rig, but I also have the Cubic on my test rig. So I'm thinking I want to do like a back-to-back testing between the both of them, see like what the differences are, how each one feels. Because it's not just about having actuators or anything like that. It's all about how the coding and how the tuning and everything's done. So I want to sit there and do a comparison because I love the Cubic. I loved its motion to death. It's amazing. It's fantastic, and I'm also in love with the Vero. But I mean, comparing my previous experience with the Cubic and now with the Vero, they're kind of different in a way. So, but it's been a while since I drove both of them. Well, it's been a while since I drove the Cubic because that rig was down. I got it all built up and everything. But I want to do like back to back. So I want to like spend, maybe 15, 20 minutes in the Cubic and then jump right into the Vero and compare the two and see how they both are from like different aspects.
Yeah, awesome. Well,
Mhm.
you have that direct comparison. I'm coming from the D
Yeah.
box, which I loved. It was a great motion
Right.
platform, but it's like, less than half the travel. So,
Yeah.
it has its advantages too, but yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
really enjoying this one. Brian Ostrike, welcome to the show. You have Fridays off. You got to tune in. You got to remember. Max, welcome to the show. Hi. You had your chance. I tried to take you right before the show. Now you can go make a mess somewhere. I don't care. I'm busy. So, all right. This is also new.
Ooh.
The Hussingveld 1.
Ooh.
I like this steering wheel.
Mhm.
I have not used it yet, in full disclosure. I've held it and I've looked at it and I played with it.
Right.
But I have not used it officially yet. But anyway, no. Well, no, I'm so backed up. I have to I have to leave certain things alone because
Dude, I'm gonna have to confiscate that wheel from you.
no, it can't happen.
Well, if you're not gonna use it, I'm confiscating
I'm
it.
so planning on using it, but I just I had to do this, so
Right.
I teased the video that's going to be coming out.
Right.
Can anyone tell the difference between these? Anyone? Anyone got it? So I don't have the story up, but Conspit is coming out with their new CPP Evo 3, because the 3-pedal set is the Evo 3. This is going to start getting confusing. Okay, they have the CPP Evo 2 2-pedal set, the CPP Evo 3 3-pedal set. I don't think I need to explain 2 and 3 to you guys. I think you all know what that is. Now they have the V2. So mine would officially be the CPP Evo 3 V2. So
Are they Porsche?
kinda, huh? Anyway, what they've done and why I only have, and this is the weirdest video I've ever done because it's just I'm so used to doing things my way, right?
Right.
To expedite things, they just sent me the brake because the only thing that changed between the V1 and the V2 is the brake.
Right.
So instead of sending me a whole pedal set, which I'm accustomed to, I got just the brake. Which is fine because it tells me everything that I need to know.
Right.
But it also changed the way I approach reviews to an extent. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's a video that I'm working on, and that's news from Conspit, and that they have the new Evo V2. And there is no change in pricing, by the way, in case you're wondering. So the V2 are identical. They've actually discounted the originals, but these launched at $849 for the 3-pedal set with hydraulic, 200 kilogram hydraulics, and built-in haptics, including haptics on all 3 pedals. So anyway, that was the a video that's also going to be coming out by tomorrow. So this week we got Vero Motion, we got Hussingveld 1, and then we're going to have the Conspit CPP Evo 3 V2s.
So I mean, before we move on, like we're talking about the Huskenfeld, because I mean, ever since Huskenfeld announced this new wheel over at the Sim Gaming Expo last year, like it's kind of been, how to describe it? It's been a lightning rod within the community, right? It's either people love it or people just absolutely hate it. And I can see both arguments, right? Yeah, while you grab it, like I can see both arguments. When you look at it, is it the prettiest rim?
Stop it.
The beauty is the eye of the beholder, right? For me, I think what drew me more to it was that this wheel is super functional. Like to me, and you and me talked about it. This wheel is functional. You know exactly the button layouts. You don't have to move your hand to get to certain things. You can do everything within reach of your fingers. If you've got normal sized hands, if they're not small, you can reach everything within your thumbs with your thumbs. But to me, like you and me talked about it, this wheel is perfect for VR users.
Sorry. But
Oh.
I didn't realize I had a cloth covering the front
Oh.
as I'm showing it. I couldn't see, and then when I turned it around, I was like, wait, nobody could even see what I was showing. Anyway.
Yeah. And for me, like I love that because I don't have to, take my eyes off what's going on during the race to look and see, make sure I'm hitting the right button. Like everything just feels so intuitive where the buttons are placed. Like to me, that trumps aesthetics. Just to share like how functional this wheel is.
Well, I mean, I think here's the thing. You mentioned the lightning rod and how it was semi-divisive or whatnot, right? And so here's where I'm coming from. The semi-bad example, because this is a prototype wheel, right? But this is the
Right.
Porsche Mission R rim. And
Mhm.
so this rim here obviously is 1-to-1. And I
Right.
have complaints about it because of that, because they forced certain things that could be
Mhm.
cooler if they made it, specific to other reasons. But because it's
Right.
1-to-1, it's going to get a huge fan base because that's exactly what those people want. And on
Mhm.
the flip side, well, when you look at the Husingveld 1, it is not about being a replica, but it's about
Right.
building something purpose-built for sim racing.
Mhm.
So it's like, well, what are you looking for? Because some drivers, again, they're looking to replicate their favorite car. They're such a massive Lamborghini fan. I want that Lamborghini wheel or that AMG rim or whatever, right? And then others are just 100% about function. It's like, hey, not me, I'm just saying them. I don't
Right.
care about what it looks like. It's all about how it feels. Or maybe they're a VR user where it's really about, like again, this wheel, having so much easily accessible on the wheel, maybe making it so you don't need a button box at all, right? And you could do everything in
Yeah.
VR without seeing anything because you have alignment dots and you have, 10 buttons without moving any. I mean, you could have the tiniest hands in the world and you still have 10 buttons at
Right.
your thumb tips, while driving. So again, it's function over fashion, fashion over function. I'm not going to say either one's right or wrong. It's so, truly in the beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
So.
I mean, yeah, it is, but like you can tell, and I mean, and this is kind of like Huskenfeld's philosophy. Like they've never really been about beauty. They've always been more about function. So I mean, and
Yeah.
you can tell like it's engineers that run that company. It's not, a marketing guy. It's not like some, people that are into like we got to make things look great. We don't care about how it functions. We just want to make it look super and nice and beautiful. No, it's just a team of engineers that go, all right, how can we make how can we make a product that is highly functional and just works and you don't have to do anything to it. So I can appreciate that. I think there that is a portion of sim racing that needs to exist, but you can also have that portion of, hey, we're going to make beautiful products for people to also display, but it's not going to be that comfortable to actually sim race in, I guess.
Is it safe to say that this is the profile rig of steering wheels? Like,
Kinda, in a way,
I
yeah.
mean, profile rigs, it's like, we joke and kid. I mean, I honestly, and no offense, I'm rocking one. Profile rigs are butt ugly. They just are. They are. They're just ugly. I mean, I'm looking at this right here. I have the AZ Racing. I can't remember the name of this particular chassis. And it's a tube chassis. And Joa, yes, the wheel deck flexes a little bit because it's just a tube chassis. But you know what? It's like gorgeous and it's like lightweight and easy to move around. And, and then I look at my profile chassis and I'm like, cool, a nice black coffin you got there. Just
Right.
rectangular land, and and it weighs a metric ton, so I need help
Hmm.
to move it. So it just, but again, you can't argue the strength of a profile chassis. I've never heard anyone complain that their profile chassis wasn't strong enough. You know, I had to lift my car to change a tire. I just put it on the back of my profile chassis and it was fine. You know? So, all right. Enough Simpit business, yeah?
Right. All right. Yeah, we're
All
good.
right. No. If there's ever a time for me to take him and leave you alone, it would be right now. So this next story, some would say, is a doozy. Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa. This the story that I'm referring to here is a write up at Overtake, but this is like all over Reddit. It is kind of getting legs on its own, and it's causing a stir. But basically, Assetto Corsa with Evo has decided that they're gonna. Well, they're originally. A lot of people are reporting they're polling career mode. That's not entirely true. They're, we'll call it backward vamping their career mode, I think is the way to put it. Anyway, okay, so Kunos Simulazione has made significant changes for their plans for Assetto Corsa, moving away from a traditional economy-based career mode. So again, the promised career mode was going to be something that would be Grand Theft Auto or Solar Crown, and we were going to have maybe this open world, and maybe you could buy a house on the track and keep your fleet of cars, and monetization of, money system, perhaps. This is a lot of what was implied and some stated in the original plans for Evo, and those plans have been scrapped. And the replacement is going to be basically a reworked driver academy. So anyone who remembers original Assetto Corsa, you could take part in the driver academy, which is sort of a get you up to speed kind of career mode, more than a solid career mode. You play like a Grand Theft Auto type career mode. And they're still going to have an open free roam mode, but it looks like it's going to not quite be what they were talking about. So yeah, and some very mixed. I've seen. I don't. I'm gonna let Ameer take the. Actually, I'm gonna. Can I take the dog out real quick? Can you?
Can you take the dog out?
Yeah. Can I?
You got 5 minutes.
All right.
I don't know if my rant can last longer than 5 minutes.
Okay, you go and you talk to people. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, everybody. Let's
No,
go,
yeah.
dog.
Before I get
You're
into,
pissing
I
me
guess
off.
like what was being discussed over
Let's go.
at,
Come on.
it was Overtake going off their article. I just want to say hi to some of the new guys that just joined us. We've got, I think we said hi to Brian Ostrike. We've got EW Sim Racing. He's another fellow sim racing content creator. So if you don't watch his stuff, go watch his stuff. He's a great dude. We got to meet him at the Sim Gaming Expo. Lovely guy. Makes some really good content. So go check him out. We got Christian Clark Engineera. Hi, Christian Clark Engineera. How are you guys doing? Um, yeah. So right, Edgar, that's the trade-off. So we're talking about, and Sean, I'm sorry, Sean Seaburn. Hi, Sean. Yeah, iRace is going down the route of making a career mode, while AC Evo is pulling it out for the most part. And I think this is kind of what is making people angry, because for the longest time, and I know that career mode is not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, some people just prefer the multiplayer aspect, or just getting in racing and be done with it. I know, cool. And hey, you guys, if you don't care, cool. It's whatever. But this is where I'm kind of talking about for the crowd that wanted a career mode, wanted to be able to do missions, wanted to be able to do certain things to purchase cars, tune the cars, add mods and do different things, kind of like how Gran Turismo, like they wanted a Gran Turismo on the PC. And then when AC Evo was announced, they're like, yeah, we're gonna have career mode, we're gonna have open world, we're gonna have multiplayer, we're gonna have all this stuff. And like, yeah, everybody's like, great. And I was hyped for it too, because I like career mode, and I wanted something that was more expanded on for career mode than like what we got with the grid games or some of the Formula One games, where they did somewhat like a quasi career mode, or story mode, whatever you want to call it. Like we'd have something like that in AC Evo, which was great. So I could get over the no mods because I'm not a big mod person, but like, so that didn't really irritate me so much. But now they're coming out saying, oh, well, we're going to take out career mode so we can focus on other things. Well, that was one of your big selling points. That was one of the biggest selling points is having a career mode because we don't have anything like that on PC. And a lot of people can't do PC or console racing. And so you've kind of like left that crowd that's in the career mode on PC, like you've kind of left them in the dust. Like for me personally, like I've been waiting since June. Essentially, we've been waiting since June for free roam. They promised us Nürburgring free roam, where you could go out and see the sites that are around Nürburgring. Like even Misha, saying like, "Hey, you can drive to Vulcan Alpha in free roam and see our shop and things." Like, how cool would have been like, "Hey, you could go to, Misha's shop Vulcan Alpha and like get your car modded there, like do all the tunes, do all that stuff, and then go drive the car out of the garage and go onto the racetrack and try everything out." And yeah, AMS2, Tom. AMS2 is supposed to be getting career mode, so now they're taking that out. They're not gonna update any of the in-game economy anymore. They're gonna say, hey, we're gonna have some sort of single player mode that people can do where you could do tuning and mods to your car and everything like that. But they're taking out the core of what people have been asking for a very long time, at least on the PC side. And yeah, it's just now it's gone, and they're going to try to focus on other stuff. Talking about doing better single player, better multiplayer, better ranking system, better online events, better free roam. Like, well, how can you do better free roam when you're taking out the career mode that were kind of essentially tied together to make it like this kind of immersive experience that you can have in AC Evo that you can't get, out of any other sim that's on the PC at the time or currently right now. So I feel like it's a giant step backwards, especially when now we've got AMS2, they're working on a career mode. They haven't announced much about it, but we know they're working on it. You've got iRacing. iRacing now is starting to kind of tease more and more of their career mode when iRacing, I'd argue, doesn't need a career mode. But I think something like AC Evo, like that title would need a career mode, especially now that, they're kind of moving away from the modding world that you could do in the normal Assetto Corsa. And I just feel like, we're starting to get into now, like, we make fun of, Project Cars, Ian Bell, where, they promise us the world and they give us, like a sliver of it. Well, like they're kind of AC or Kunos is kind of doing that too now. We had Netcar Pro 2 or Netcar Pro. They came out with the game and then stopped development. And then they came out so they could start work on Assetto Corsa. Well, then they started, gave us Assetto Corsa. They did some work on it, but then they kind of abandoned it. And then moved on to ACC. And then they kind of abandoned that in favor of AC Evo. So like now there's starting to become this trend of, we're doing releases and not finishing what they've kind of promised on a lot of these titles. So they're starting to go from being like one of the top 3 sim racing companies for me to kind of going more and more closer down to whatever Ian Bell's company is called now. So yeah. I'm just going back and look at you guys some comments. Tom, you are wishing too much from Rensport.
Did you move
To me,
on to
that sim
Rensport?
is at the very bottom. Huh? No. I'm just going back at comments. Just looking at people's comments. Yeah, but Callum, Evo, the GT4, GT7 killer, right? Whatever. And then Tom was talking about Rensport's going to step up. Dude, no. No. I'm not even going to get into that one.
Oh.
Do you lock out the cars for multiplayer until you unlock them like other games have done? I don't believe they were going to do that, Ajax. I think like they were going to be kind of separate from each other from what they talked about. So you'd have your multiplayer where depending on how the session is set up, you get to go race those cars. But then you had your own single player kind of career mode where you could do whatever you want with your cars. Wreckfest 2 has a career. So you're like, yeah, so David Payne's been playing Wreckfest 2 and it has a career mode. Dave Adams, Evade Racing, he says, how do they differentiate from iRacing, LMU, AMS2, AC? All others had multiplayer focused racing titles. Ace Career was going to set it apart. Exactly, and that's my whole point. Is like we don't have anything like Gran Turismo on the PC, and this was supposed to be that, and now they just kind of pulled the rug out from underneath us.
Yeah.
Um, iRacing is the only sim to have a proper game economy, $13 a car. That is insane. I mean, if you look at RaceRoom or you got to pay, or AMS2, you got to pay for DLCs too, man. Uh, Star Fox saying iRacing could sell a standalone career mode, cohesive content, no nickel and dime, no monthly fee. Yeah, I agree. They could make it separate. I mean, that would be good. I think that would be a good suggestion for iRacing to do is have, break it out into iRacing career, and then iRacing multiplayer have two separate kind of titles. Kind of like how Battlefield does their games where you have your campaign mode that's separate from your multiplayer. I think that'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Callum, he's got an MX-5 for sale that he's only wrecked 3 times in ranked races. You can have it for $11, Sean.
I'm gonna need to see your iRacing Carfax.
And then Driver 69, Gran Turismo 7 just needs to add 2 simple things: Pro Super Series, Perma Death Mode, and Free Roam. What else is left? I can agree to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. iRacing has NASCAR and soon IndyCar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. Now that you're back, what's your take, Sean? I don't know.
Evo just from the start has not really, I'm still a fan of Netcar Pro. So I still kind of go back to the days when Kunos was going to rival iRacing in an attempt to be like, oh, who has the best physics, who has the best tire model, and, they're going to duke it out in that arena, which is where I choose to spend my sim racing time, in those sims, which is why, like, LMU kind of has taken the second spot for me at this point. I'm an iRacer primary, and Assetto Evo kind of was artificially in that spot, but I just was like, well, I think I feel like they're just going the other direction with this one. Regardless of what everybody said, and it's like, okay, well, they're going more and more towards that Gran Turismo type feel and effect and client base. And so anyway, and this is just sort of like just almost one more step in that direction, a little bit. Just like I don't know, they're changing the rules, they're changing the game, and it's getting further. And I don't know. I was looking forward to like a proper career mode, like they're describing in a quality sim. So even though Evo is not quite where I wanted it to be on that level, I was like, well, with everything combined, it could be really outstanding. So yeah, I feel like you better pump up your sim scale then, if you're going to do this. It's like you better get more hardcore. So
would it be fair to me to say that Kunos is now becoming the new Slightly Mad Studios?
A little bit. A lot of big statements, a lot of big PR, and then not a whole lot backing it up when push comes to shove. So yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, and I explained my reasoning because I'm like, we had Netcar Pro. It was a great sim, right? But they abandoned it in favor of Assetto Corsa. They made Assetto Corsa, and they abandoned it for ACC. And they've kind of abandoned ACC now in favor of AC Evo. And the game's not even out of early access, and they're already abandoning certain aspects that were the selling points for the title.
Depending on the time between, I don't necessarily have an issue with that. Because of like outside of iRacing, who, due to their popularity and their pricing structure, they're able to make a lot of money. But using a similar pricing structure, like say like RaceRoom, without the popularity, it doesn't give you that like ability to generate funds in the same way. And I feel like a lot of software companies, they need that new title version in order to properly make money. And then, then within reason, a certain amount of supporting DLC I feel is pretty reasonable too.
Yeah.
So, but when the frequency starts to get like Forza, here's the problem with Forza. Forza for a long time was on a 2-year. We're coming out with a new Forza every 2 years, to the day, 2 years. And forcing a title in that manner, it is a little inexcusable because the differences aren't significant enough to justify a new purchase. And when games like F1, the F1 series, for example, I'm the first one to tell you, you don't need every single year of that title, even if you're a big fan of the title. It's like, just like Madden. I'm not trying to I'm not pointing a finger at just racing. Madden, all of the sports titles, the same thing. If they're going to come out with a new one every single year on the calendar, as a consumer, you got to really think, what are you getting for your money between each version? So I have no problem with the concept overall, and a certain amount of abandoning past efforts. But you need enough time between to let them breathe, to let people to get their money's worth before they feel like the rug's being pulled out. We could have the same argument over V1, V2, V3 models of certain hardware products too. And eventually those suppliers are going to stop supporting the V1, and you'll no longer get parts available. You'll no longer get software updates. And, it's like, it's such a tough call. So, was that a non-answer? Was that a 20-minute non-answer?
Kinda, in a way. Yeah. In a way. I just frame it as in, it depends. Because, whether people agree or disagree, like Assetto Corsa, the original Assetto Corsa was a very massively popular game. Now, is that down to Kunos' ability to create a great sim, or is that down to the modding community? I'd argue more it's in the favor of the modding community, because seeing what they've been able to do now with Content Manager and all this stuff makes it look amazing. But in the end, it's still like AC underneath. So I think and there's this thing, did they really need to do make an AC Evo, or could they have continued to update the original Assetto Corsa? We can look at iRacing. iRacing's it's essentially the same code for original from the original NASCAR 2003, and it's still around to this day, and it's still the most wildly most popular sim title that's out there. Does it need a refresh at this point? Sure, 100%. But I think at that one people got their money worth out of it, and even more. But I think they left so much. They left so much on they left so much on the table that they could have done with in the past, and now they're going to this, but now they're dropping some of the features that drew people into it. And it's starting to make me think otherwise about Kunos and AC Evo. I haven't even bothered with it because it's still in early access, so I don't make any videos or anything on it, because it's early access. Things are going to change. But now that you're dropping a feature that you promised to people, that just rubs me really the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, and it's something that was going to make it a standout game. Yeah. And without that, I'm kind of like, okay, well, where does that put you? Right? Yep. I have to immediately then be like, okay, so how are you compared to Automobilista 2?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it is a bummer. I really do. Thank you. Brian just reminded me of the other thing. I don't think we're ever going to have a modding community in sim racing like we ever had before. And the big reason why is because sim racing is now massive. Sim racing was nothing, and no one cared. I'll give you a great example. I've got my arcade project I've been doing, and I've been downloading some VR pinball tables for this obscure, 10-year-old game called Visual Pinball, right? Mm-hmm. And it's almost all open source, and there's a bunch of bootleg tables of the real tables from Stern and Williams, right? And I'm in there, and it's it feels like the old days of the modding community, where you get one, and it's they did this good, but they did that bad. There's like very little quality control. Some are broken, some work, some are fantastic, some are terrible. Some get shut down, like good luck finding like the AC/DC table, because it is being, but because it's a small community, you just have a lot of this stuff out there. So I've already got like over 20 VR tables and didn't pay a nickel for any of them, right? So it's all, illegal, right? That's illegal. You're not allowed to copy Stern's tables,
Right.
And I feel like we got away with that in sim racing because we were such a small niche of niches when it came to communities. And now that we're so mainstream, I mean, I'd argue that sim racing at this point has to be now rivaling some of the bigger genres in gaming. Maybe not quite first-person shooters yet, but I know we're beating solidly some other genres that were not considered niches. We're a standalone, strong market of the gaming community now. And with that kind of attention, with the affiliations now that the auto industry has, direct relationships with the companies. So Porsche, Ferrari, they already have licensing deals with the companies. So it's really easy for them to kind of extra police. They don't even have to do it themselves. They can lean on, iRacing, on Assetto Corsa. Well, iRacing doesn't do modding, but they could lean on Assetto Corsa and be like, hey, we have this licensing deal, and part of the deal is that you're not going to allow modding to make Ferraris, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we're ever going to see a modding community that would allow something like an Assetto Corsa to happen, or like an original R Factor. And even like with R Factor 2, any mods are super duper controlled. And I don't think you're going to sneak a Ferrari 488 past the R Factor administration, and get it into the game. So yeah, I think it's just, the days of LimeWire, Napster style sim racing have come to an end. They have, and applaud us on one hand, right, for achieving that success, that status, that level. And, be somber and sad because the days of old are truly gone, But without it, I wouldn't have this and all of those. And, the other part is, we wouldn't have 20 direct drive wheelbases to choose from. It's the size of our market that has allowed all of the tremendous things. I mean, even a motion sim. I mean, I know that thing's $6,500, but, back in the day, it's like you're going to have to go to some company that was going to charge you 20, 30 grand for such a setup. And if you want it cleaned up around the edges more, it was going to cost you 100 grand easy. So, yeah, it comes with it. So, anyway, yeah. My politician take. Yeah, an answer that doesn't doesn't piss anybody off too much and gets everybody to agree on one count or another a little bit.
Right.
I know how to walk a line. Are we really from 15 developers with a couple years done? Correct. The standards have risen. Our expectations are much higher. And rightfully so, I think. A lot of these companies that's the other problem. And I think this has to be kept in perspective. Not all companies are working with the same bankroll, and that bankroll is going to affect your output. So if you expect some super small operation to be able to compete with the big boys, it's really hard for them to do so on a lot of levels. I mean, maybe on certain things, but, until they get enough sales to expand their staff, there's only so much production they can do. Yeah. I mean, that's it. And then you look at like an iRacing that could pretty much I would think they have an almost unlimited staff budget at this point, based on what they need. So yeah, unless it's a retro inspired arcade game, I think all those are illegal too, and I have them all. But
no, he's talking. No, he's talking about like somebody is making their own.
Oh, okay.
Kind of retro style.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
those are. If you play some of those games are amazing too. Yeah, it doesn't have the flashy graphics, but like at least story wise and gameplay, they're amazing.
Yeah. playing some old arcade games, I'm actually kind of blown
Mm-hmm.
away by how much, it really required, like, you had so much limited usage of what you could and couldn't do or create, right? And then you look at the games that were able to take such basics and turn it into
Mm-hmm.
something special,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and even with this, I mean, like, I know it sounds so rudimentary, but think of Pac-Man. And I know it sounds so
Yeah.
stupid and basic now, but it's like all you had was a controller going up, down, left, and right. And they
Mm-hmm.
built a game that captivated people with nothing more than the ability to go up, down,
Yeah.
left, and right. And some super basic graphics. And, I play Pac-Man on my arcade game to this day. You know what? It's
Mm-hmm.
still, it holds up. It's like,
Yeah.
it hasn't even, a lot of games have gone stale playing old arcade games.
Yeah.
A lot of them, like ones like that I remember, and it's like, oh, just isn't what I remember it being. And then other
Right.
ones are just like, wow, this is still a really solid game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Donkey Kong Jr. is still a
Yeah.
really awesome game. Hard driving. That was such,
That was great.
but it was such a greedy coin sucking game. It was like the worst. It was one of my all-time favorite games, but I was not really that good at it. And it was very difficult. And if you didn't like just nail it, it was like, oh, add more money to continue, right? It was one of those. You to continue on, add more money. If I'm not mistaken. I should get that for my arcade, but I don't know, wheel. I'm waiting on any day now. This project of mine's taken forever. But I am literally waiting on 2 boxes to arrive. I already got half my buttons, but I have a joystick and a trackball that are made by the company called Suzo Hap. And anybody who knows anything about arcades, Suzo Hap is the company that made all of the joysticks for all the Pac-Man games. They made all the trackballs for all the Missile Command games. So I have a authentic Suzo Hap trackball and joystick. I already got about half of my admin buttons. I've spent a couple of months building this whole thing out. I'm really proud. I'm going to do a video as soon as I get it. Like, I'm not going to do the final cabinet. I'm going to still leave it in prototype mode. But as soon as I get my final controls in, because I've kind of been using a hack of controls to get up to here to test the whole thing in theory. And then I made the investment to buy the other stuff. And then as soon as it gets here, I'm going to build a proper deck. And then I'm going to have my jukebox, arcade, and VR pinball machine totally, like, automated. You turn on the computer, it boots up. What do you want to play? When you're done, it shuts down the computer. Like, you don't even have to be my mom could do it. That's how cool it came out. My mom could come in and, like, turn it on, make it do stuff, and then turn it off. And it was... Yeah, so I'm super proud. Been a labor of love. All right. What else? Okay, so Assetto Corsa. I'm sorry if I kind of moved on there.
Very good.
The M2 is arriving in the upcoming 0.5 release of Assetto Corsa Evo.
That's not the proper one.
I know. I knew you were going to have some words for that.
They brought the fugly one.
Yeah. They gave one of those away on The Price is Right the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at night. And I was like, I know that's the cheapo, that's like the Honda Civic BMW, right?
Whoa! Don't go that far. Don't go that far.
And you're not the only one I made mad with that comment, by the way.
I'm not mad because I don't like that version of the M2, but I don't go that far.
But here's my point. I was looking at it though, and I'm like, even though that's just the cheap BMW, that's a nice looking car for Price is Right to be given away.
Yeah, for the price of right. Yeah, I can agree with that. So. No, I went and test drove one a while ago just to see how it felt and compare it to mine. I was not a fan. Like, nope, I made the right choice. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're a loyal BMW guy. So I'm gonna.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but okay, let's go with it.
Loyal enough for this question and topic, and I want everyone involved because it doesn't affect just BMW. A lot of companies have done this.
Okay.
All right. So this this particular M2 on The Price is Right was an M2 that had the M trim package.
Okay.
But it wasn't an M. So they got like the M, all these M visual features on the car, the M trim, but it's not an M, you know, it's not a motorsport BMW. It's not an M, you know. So how do you feel about them selling out on their M trim package and belittling what it always stood for? Toyota did it with TRD. So I'm not acting like this is the only company to take their premium and act like it's just a normal thing on all their cars now.
So you're talking about like I'm confused because you said they were having the M2 on there, but they had the M trim package on it.
No, it was just the 2, but it had the M.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha,
sorry.
gotcha.
Yeah, it was just it was a BMW 2 Series that had the M trim package.
Yeah. Oh, Star Fox, I agree. That thing right there is ugly as hell. I agree 100%.
You don't like it? I think it's a cool looking car.
This one's ugly as hell. I prefer the older one, the previous gen. That one looks so classic. So I'm being a BMW guy, I don't necessarily like it. That they do M trim on their cars. But now almost everybody's kind of doing that with their cars nowadays. You've got Audi. Because Audi has, they'll have the A version, the S version.
David Payne! Sorry.
Yeah, they have the A version, the S version, and then the RS version.
Wow,
okay,
very nice.
Crap, now you're confusing the hell out of me. Then you have AMG, with Mercedes. So you have the Performance package, then the AMG package, and then you have the AMG. Yeah, I kind of wish they wouldn't do that. Like, keep your, and this is for all manufacturers, because then I think Porsche does it the best, because you have you can get the Porsche 911, then you can get the Porsche 911 GT3, then you can get the Porsche GT3 RS, and that is it. You can't do I want the styling of the RS on my GT3. No, they won't do that. But then if you want to make it extra special, you can go for the Manti package or all the other packages that they offer. To me, it just kind of waters it down. But then also I get it, hey, this is just a stepping stone that, if you like the M package, but you want more, hey, we're going to get you into the M package that does things slightly a little different, slightly a little bit better. But if you want the full experience, hey, now you got to go for the true M car.
Holy Honda Civic, the rear end of that BMW. No, I'm sorry.
Dude, yeah, that car looks like it was a Lexus and a freaking Honda made love to each other, and that's what we got. It's to the point where I guess it was so kind of, the new models, just like new BMW models, were kind of so ill received that they fired the designer of those cars.
The big mouth.
They should have never fired the previous guy, because now that guy, he's a designer for Hyundai, which now Hyundai is making pretty good looking cars. I mean, who would ever think Hyundai would have luxurious looking sporty cars?
Yeah.
But it makes sense because they grabbed the old BMW designer from the previous gen, and then they hired this guy, and then I guess now the new crew, they got a whole new crew now, because their stuff now looks kind of eh.
Hyundai is the only one, not the only. I think Hyundai's doing a really good job at making their EVs look futuristic without them looking stupid and gimmicky. Because most of the all EVs look futuristic, right? They all feel like they have to make them look different. And they all look pretty much stupid, in my opinion. I was looking at an Audi the other day, and it's they literally just took the regular Audi and were like, hey... Right. What if we just remove the grill and put a big old piece of plastic over it, and then just put our emblem on that plastic? And it looks so stupid, but it's no attempt to be futuristic. They just removed the grill.
Right.
But all the other ones are just horrible. But Hyundai, again, BMW used to have it going on, and now, like you said, Hyundai Hyundai. I heard it was called Hyundai like Sundai, right? Is that how you say it? Because I always like
Hyundai. Yeah.
I always say Hyundai. Hyundai.
Right. It's like Fanatec or Fanatic. Which one? Oh.
All right. So that's Assetto Corsa. A lot on Assetto Corsa. They got their update.
Yeah.
And then we've got the controversial career mode rug pull. iRacing, very quiet week for them. Deployment of season 2026 season 1 patch 3 has begun. It already happened. How many times does this happen to you or anybody else? How often is it that you find, oh my god, my battery's gonna die? If my camera goes black, I just have to run and get a different battery. How many of you have this happen where you're like, oh, I'm gonna get some driving in. Now's the time. I'm gonna get some driving in. Usually for me, it's when I have to do some filming too, coincidentally. But, and then you get there and iRacing's like down for maintenance.
Right.
Yeah, it happened to me. It happened to me again. I catch all of them. That's it for my racing. Not a lot from Le Mans Ultimate either. I'm mentioning this, I know that I kind of vary what I cover and don't cover here on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think when sims get really moving along, multi-years into it, it's like, I'm not telling you, oh, there goes my battery. You guys saw me on audio. I'm going to go get a battery. Ameer, we're on Le Mans and on their online championship. And I was just talking about how, like, I don't cover, like, iRacing's championship because it's like, yeah, we know. Yeah. We've been there, done that a million times. But when they're starting to develop and become new, like RaceRoom getting in endurance racing, and I do like to mention it when it's new. But we don't really cover, that so much. Anyway, let me go grab another battery. You can say hello.
Oh, hi. Hello, everybody. Yay, hi. Yeah, I really do have I have no clue that Shaun's going to cover this, so I guess we'll go back to comments while Shaun gets his thing. Star Fox, I'll go back a little bit. Star Fox, the M badge means nothing anymore. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I'm a BMW guy. I 100% agree. Shout out to the founding member of the Cookie Club. Yeah. Remember when the M actually stood for motorsport? I mean, it does. Let's go back. Like, so the package is usually called M Performance. So usually it'll be like, BMW 235 IM. It's just an M package. But then you want to get the M cars called M2. 911 Visash trim package though. I would go for the Manti package. I saw one the other day driving down the Autobahn. Oh my god. I was going like 165 kilometers on the Autobahn, and that thing just passed me like it was standing still. It was just like, oh my god. I had a literal moment in my car as it drove by me. Oh man! Oh, you're back, Shaun. There you go.
Yeah, I'm back. So anyway,
I had no clue what you're talking about online championships. So I'm just stalling until you got back.
It's just Le Mans, and they've posted their schedule for their online championship season 9. They're calling it.
Right.
I think they're doing 4 seasons a year. That's how you get to 9 that quick. But yeah, so there's some Le Mans Ultimate racing going on. Rita Studios, they've just put out their developer preview. It's on Steam. That was actually our thumbnail image of the day, our background. But so AMS still really cranking out and talking about a small development team working on a older sim, but getting the absolute most out of it. I mean, and again, at this point, when you have to put this to rival even like Project Motor Racing, Assetto Corsa Evo, RaceRoom, sorry RaceRoom, but yeah, Automobilista just is a great driving experience. So anyway, go ahead.
Can we call instead of AC Evo, can we call it AC Denevo?
What's an Evo?
Denevo, like never.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, look at this class. I forget the era of the... Is that the BMW 3.0? Not the 320, but the 3.0? Is that what that?
No,
called?
that's the BMW 2002 Turbo.
2002 Turbo. Man.
Yep.
That is the
Or not
biggest...
2000.
Is
No,
that
it's the 320 Turbo. I'm sorry, it's the 320 Turbo. I'm
okay,
sorry.
yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's the
I was
320
like,
Turbo.
wait,
That
what's
thing is a beast.
320, oh man, I remember when the BMW 320, that was like the car that I couldn't afford and wanted so bad, because it was like a great
Yeah.
mid-tier car, right? But I was like a low
Mhm.
dig Weasler at the time,
Yeah.
and it was like all the rich kids in my high school had 320i's. Oh,
Yeah.
if you had a 320i, you were part of the cool club, that's for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Rensport earmuffs, Rensport muffs.
I'm over it.
All right.
I'm good. AC
Um,
Evos took the spot now.
They are going to be doing a free update, and it's going to have Road Atlanta shortcut course in it, along with Fuji Speedway. So the Fuji Speedway GP circuit with shortcut, alongside Road Atlanta short course. So those are coming to Rensport. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh no! Can you guess the car? There's their guess. Guess the car.
What car?
We have like a
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw a clip for it. Hyundai.
rhymes with Sundai. Sundai. Now I can't say Sundai right. Hyundai.
Yeah.
All right. RaceRoom. Oh. RaceRoom had to do an apology letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So they had to cancel the Daytona 2. A little worse. I remember the very first couple times iRacing did their big events, and they didn't happen. Everyone showed up, but the door to the dance hall was locked. Anyway, similar situation here. RaceRoom, trying to do some big things. And with that comes big responsibility, and with that comes big problems. So they had a problem, and they need to work on their matchmaking system, just like iRacing did in the early days. So they put out a formal apology letter, but I'm sure there are a lot of people who put a lot of time in are probably devastated that it didn't happen. All right, EA, the latest patch for F125 is now available. You should probably count your patches, because how many more are you going to get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Version 1.17 now available. Handful of quality life fixes. And they haven't said anything about ending support, but I just, the new one.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, they're going to keep on doing this until... Because they're not doing F1 26. They'll be back for 27. Yeah.
They're taking a year off?
Yeah, we covered it. You don't remember?
No.
Yeah, they're taking a year off.
Let's give a big applause to Sean's memory for not remembering that. And the other applause is going to be for EA. Good for you. About time. About time they took a year off.
I think they were saying because of how radical the new cars are, like they wouldn't have enough time to implement them properly for a new game, so they're going to skip a year so they can do the cars properly.
For the always spinning turbos without proper turbo exhaust driving it. Yeah.
Yes.
I heard about that. American Truck Simulator, so they got a little things. This is the big one. They have a couple. I'm not even going to scroll up for the updates. They typical. This is our preview of our latest DLC. This is our Benelux work we're doing in Europe. But on the 2nd, so a few days ago, American Truck Simulator turned 10 years old.
Wow.
So when we talk,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either, and I just think, we do this show 52 times a year. All right, we do this show 49 times a year. ATS or ETS is almost in every single show, and not because I'm not even a massive ETS guy. It's because they're never-ending updates in support of their sim. So as we talk here about the length and longevity of sim titles and the kind of support they get, I think we all have to be very clear to put, SCS software, ATS, ETS up on a very high pedestal, because they are and it's not just DLC. It's massive updates. It's open world beta. It's, 8 years after making it, launching an open world beta. That is true support. I think at this point they could totally launch a new version, and everybody like everybody who's bought the previous one would be like, well, they deserve to get $50 more from me. In fact, I'll pay $70. It's 2026. So, all right, good for them. I've been saying this for a long time, people. When Moza, SimMagic, Camus, Conspit, PXN, Turtle Beach, as all of these companies, I was going to use the less knockoff companies even, all of these companies have entered the market. I have been saying and saying and saying, it lowers the prices. And I've had people fight back because the prices weren't lower. And it's like, okay, but everything else in life has gone up and you're getting more features for the same amount of money. How's that for technically lower? Well, or how about just straight up lower? Fanatic dropping the price on all their direct drive base, or their lower model Club Sport DDs. So, for example, the Club Sport DD is now $899.99. I think that's $100 less than it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So,
but the Club Sport DD has the newer technology in it than the Podium.
Yeah, and
actually, people say the Club Sport's better than the Podium.
I'm not surprised, because like a lot of the companies have gone to V2, V3. They've lightened up the motor drag, the internal motor drag, and the steps have just been getting less and less significant without disrupting power or speed or accuracy. And we've seen that from all the companies who've gone through updated bases at this point.
Non-flying fin. I mean, it looks like Corsair is doing some good things. I mean, I haven't heard any customer complaints about dealing with customer service at all. I haven't heard of anything lately. And now getting their price dropped. So it looks like they've gotten a lot of things streamlined. And they were able to. I think it's down to more of they streamlined their operations, so they're able to drop the prices because of that. I look at it that way.
Well,
maybe they're able to do that now.
You got to figure, when a company changes hands like that you're gonna have a lot of time that is I just imagine, like, if you were a company and you acquired another company, and sure, you looked at the book, sure, you toured the factory, but you didn't know everything till you opened that door yourself on Monday morning, right? And that's when you realize how much cleanup work or how much stuff you didn't ask questions about. And you're like, oh, well, I would have thought they had proper sewers in the building. Who would have thought they had outhouses out back? I guess we're going to have to do something about it. So I think you have a whole period of time of discovery and transition. And I agree. I think we're now starting to see some of the benefits of, or at least the normalcy of the Corsair acquisition. And you'll probably see a few more items get price adjustments. You'll probably see a few new products, and you'll probably see a little bit more consistency out of the company as far as like availability of products, because I know that was in question for some time as well. So, all right, Camus is doing a giveaway. I don't give Camus much love, but I did notice this, and I thought, all right, well, if you're looking for some free gear, free gear's always cool.
There we go.
So anyway,
free's free.
They're doing a Share Your Knowledge, Win Real Racing Gear giveaway period, February 9th through 23rd. So I'm even giving advanced warning. Look at that. Winners announced before March 9th, and prizes shipped before April. So anyway, if you have nothing to do and you want to win some Camus gear, there you go. RaceRoom. So this is a little yin and yang, a little good and bad. RaceRoom. Spa-Francorchamps is returning to RaceRoom.
Woohoo!
And not directly at, but at the expense of Laguna Seca. This is just licensing stuff. This is like, they acquired the Spa-Francorchamps license, and simultaneously or coincidentally, they lost the Laguna Seca. Well, look, they won't even call it. Calling it Laguna Seca is calling it the wrong name now. By the way, no one calls it Laguna.
Sure, they'll get it back.
I'm like the only one who knows what they talk about when they call it Laguna
Right.
Seca.
Yeah, like I'm sure they'll get it back. It's not like when Motorsport Games got exclusive rights to Le Mans and now they refuse to let anybody else use it in their
Right.
sims.
No, this is just
I
a
think-
little
yeah.
licensing deal. I think.
Yeah.
You can't have a sim and not have Laguna Seca. You just can't. Like, too
Right.
many people are gonna just, especially if you had it. You know, it's like
Right.
every month they're gonna get more and more emails. Like, where's Laguna?
Hold the rug out from
Yeah.
underneath.
Forget that you have Macau. Where's Laguna?
Right.
No one else has Macau, but you do. But where's Laguna? And I like Laguna, but I'll tell you, I'd take Macau over Laguna.
Oh yeah.
You know, well, let me rephrase. Laguna is one of my all-time favorite tracks, and I live very near it, and always have. But because Macau, and I'm saying that wrong, right? I'm saying Macau wrong.
Macau. Yeah.
Macau. But it's such an awesome track that is such a rarity in sim that's why I, would take that over Laguna.
You just can't race anything bigger than F3s in it.
That's okay. It's perfect for Miatas.
Ugh.
If I made more money, people, I'd be a Honda S2000 fan. But because I'm a low-dig Weaseler and I make no money, I'm a Miata fan. So if you help me spread the word about the Simpit and get more fans, I make a little more money, maybe I can class up and start braggadocious the S2000.
You're already classed up with having a Datsun that you need to fix up. You don't need a Miata.
My Datsun's a Frankenstein, so it's hard to be like, am I loyal to Chevy or am I loyal to Datsun?
Dude, ditch the Chevy. Go back to like Datsun the way it was meant to be.
If we got more fans and I had more money, it's all about the money, money, money. All right. The Simpit Rally League. I've been afraid to pull this page up, everybody. This is the Simpit website, and I don't push our website enough, but you're going to need to start going to our website, people. Racing results. So when we get the Road League, that's where you're going to find the best race results, rally results, all of our affiliate discounts, and all the ways you can support the show are there, and more. Oh, I just thought of an email I got that I need to reply to. Anyway, so we just finished Rally Croatia yesterday, and I'm afraid because I did rather well, but a lot of people hadn't finished the rally. So when I scroll down, I'm going to be delivered most likely devastated.
You won't be too devastated. I already looked.
All right, here we go.
Expectation management.
Oh, I didn't even score a fucking point.
One off, buddy. One
Oh,
off.
I gotta do 10 push-ups. You tell I'm. That is.
Wait, can you raise the results because the cameras are in the way?
I am so pissed. I'm doing 10 for swearing. I'll be right back.
Well, now you got to do 20 because you said the P word.
20? 20? What? Because it was the.
Yeah, you got to do 20 push-ups now.
1.
All right, while Sean's doing his push-ups. All right, let's go through the results of this last rally. I think was Rally Croatia, right, Callum? Correct me if I am wrong.
12.
All right, so we've got
14,
the logo's in the way. So we got Quadzilla came in the first place, and he had a 51-minute 48 seconds, followed by Bloody McGee. That's Joe Antonio. He did it in 53 minutes, followed by Callum right behind him. Then we got Noack, Jeff SMKU, GT99, HS Whipperman, Sissy, May Racer, Spore Comic, and then in 11th place, Sean Cole. 12 is Karaoke Blokey. Then we got Max Power, Betty Racing, Mr. Blonde 2, David S. And we got Spatial Dragging cheating by using 2 different accounts to do the rally, one on the PlayStation and one on the PC. So that is our results for Rally Croatia. Now going into the standings of our league, I'll pass that back off to Sean.
Our standings. It is Quadzilla with 50 points out front after 2 events. PC Deadman in second with 30 points, tied with Joa Bloody McGee, a.k.a. I've Been Cruising. So they're tied for second with 30 points. Just behind them is Jeff SMKU, and I Nowak is fifth in the points. And I'm not on the points. Huh?
I don't see Alesh. Where's Alesh?
Alesh has not been running this season.
Slacker.
Taking you through the rest of the points real quick.
Yeah.
Frank Patcham, GT99, Liberal PL, Caracticus, Heiko, HS Whipperman, David S, Sissy5962, May Racer, Sporkomic. Alright, that's our, and then our final reminder of the Simpit Road Racing League. Starting up, practice races start on the 22nd of this month, and on the 22nd of next month, March, we will kick off our 10-race season in the GT3 class, and I am very, very, very much looking forward to that. Still figuring out what and how I'm going to stream it. I will be just figuring out what. I'm on a single PC, so it's kind of changed. I'm gonna get it. I don't know. I really don't want to add another PC to this room.
No.
But I still want to add other elements, so I'm working on it. I thought of something else the other day. I was like, wait, I can still use this computer.
Right.
I just video ninja.
We'll figure out the streaming part.
Yeah. So anyway, I will be streaming all my races for sure on that, and then we have our Make-A-Wish race at the end of the month. I'm all gassed from doing 20 push-ups. I did 20.
No, you're good.
I wasn't sure. Why did I have to do 20? It's 10.
Because, well, yeah, you did 10 because you cursed earlier.
I did?
And then another 10 for saying the P word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I did 20. I wasn't sure.
There you go.
Maybe it was because it was such an extreme violation there at the end. But I was really devastated. That was like, really, I didn't even stay into the top 10. Oh, man, I thought I had
but
a good
dude,
rally.
that's a better result, though, right?
I had a good rally.
You're 11th.
I deserved a stupid point.
Well, I would blame Heiko because already Heiko said he's the one that pushed you out of the top 10.
Well, yeah, but he's up there. I have to blame who's Sporkomic.
He is Terminator or Rallynator. Is that what I want to call him?
Yeah.
Rallynator. Yeah.
It's Sporkomic. Sporkomic, you're my nemesis. No.
See, you had two Xbox users push you out.
Well, we have Jeff's on the PlayStation.
All right, Callum, you've got to ban the Xbox users. They're cheaters.
No.
I'm kidding.
Look at all the Fiestas. Fiesta forever, baby. All right.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, I think I'm tapped out. I got to get back to work. I got some editing to do because I promised you all a show by tomorrow. So we're going to have that Conspit CPP Evo 3v2. That's right. I got that memorized at this point. And we'll have that out by tomorrow. And beyond that, get out there. Do some sim racing. Any last words, Ameer?
Yeah. A quick shout out again for our GT3 league. It's starting up soon. If you want to join up, check out the announcement section. Hit me up with the info that I need to get you added to our league. Yeah, it's good. Last season was a fun season. I'm sure this one's going to be another fun one too. To make it, I forgot to mention in the beginning video, if you to make it easier for everybody, we're going to follow the GT Sprint series by SimiCube on iRacing. That way, you have open lobbies. You could go and join, do your practice races, all that sort of stuff. And then then after that, we're going to be doing the Make-A-Wish race at the end of the month. We're trying to raise money for a great cause. So please join us for that stream. And if you would like to donate to them, I'm going to put that link in the chat again. You can click on that link and it'll take you there so you can donate some cash to help make a child's wish come true. So yeah, all the funds that we raise during the stream and through that's all going to get given to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Awesome.
For them to give a kid an awesome time. Yeah.
I think the Simpit's going to have to kick in for that. I know that takes away from
I'll be kicking in.
It takes away from my S2000 fund, but it's okay. I can.
We got to make Sean Cole Jr. there. We got to make him happy.
I can make some small sacrifices in this way. Awesome. Well, what a cool show. I had a lot of fun, everybody. some cool conversation. That's what I love about doing the show. It's not just covering the news. Yeah, I get to take all these news stories and just like repost them on Facebook, and but it's like, no, let's talk about it. Let's get into it where it needs to. So thank you all for your great conversation and keeping the topics going. And of course, we'll be here next week for the pit stop with the Rally League results, and we're gonna have next week's news. So get out there, do some sim racing, have yourselves a great weekend. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole. That's Ameer Assad, and we will see you on the track. Bye bye, everybody.
Later, guys.